Beautiful day out. The sun's out, shining bright. How you doing? Fine. But as human beings, we are perpetually transforming ourselves. But we just have to learn how to do everything consciously and do it in a direct orderly fashion. So when we put our spirits on the line, we divide our energies up into different parts to be projected out into our next reality, our next manifestation. So it could be financially, spiritually, socially, sexually, psychically and spiritually, you know what I mean? And those energies are being put into place to create your next experience. So therefore, you begin to push out the old energies, you know what I mean? They go back out into the chaotic realm, and then they come back as the new thing, you know what I mean? But as I said, all those energies are being put into place, and after a certain amount of time, your manifestation will come true, because we know that in this realm there is time, but time really doesn't exist, on the spiritual side. So therefore, we substitute time with the power. How much power will it take to manifest your next experience? So you take the power plus space, you know what I mean? The destination that you're trying to get to, or just the thing that you're trying to bring into existence. Power plus space equals manifestation equals 3, because power plus space and plus the connection, which is the manifestation, two that connected the manifestation, the Trinity. But it's not like that either. It's not about addition. Addition is slower, so we go to multiplication, because multiplication is doubling. They say one day with the Lord is to 1,000 years. So now you go the power times space equals manifestation, because now we divided our energies, our transformation energies, into the places that we directing them to with our minds, right? So now it's multiplying now. As more power that you give to your new experience, it's gonna multiply. It's gonna be like double, sevenfold, increasing. The more time, and we know, there's no such thing as time, as I said before. So we don't go by days. There's no such thing as days, really. When you read the scriptures, it always talks about days. You have to go this amount of days, but it's basically just about power, the amount of power that you give it, and then it just increases. And as the way you can tell that you're gaining more power for your new experiences, by you begin to feel more inspired. So the next thing that will come into place would be that, life and death is found in the tongue, because now that you have established what you need and what you want to manifest, here comes the speech. You know what I mean? Life and death is found within the tongue, because you have the connection to the universe, and then you have the communication skills. And this is not like prayer. You know what I mean? This is more like a command. You are commanding things into existence. So prayer is like, faith. You know what I mean? Prayer is like faith, which faith really means blind belief. You know what I mean? So now you have the connection with the gods, or the universe, and the communication. So fire is in the tongue, you know what I mean? Fire is in communication. So you begin to call things into existence, you know what I mean? Life, you bring in the new creation of life. That's all human beings are based on, creation. When two people want to bring in a new project in life, or two people, a male and female, want to bring in a baby or something, or whatever it may be, they talk about it first, you know what I mean? They talk it over, they discuss it or whatever, and then it comes into manifestation, you know what I mean? So therefore, that's how you can bring in life, through the tongue, And in forms of bringing death through the tongue is basically like, you know what I mean, you judging somebody or you insulting somebody, because every time you judge someone, you create a portal of death for them, because now they feel the vibration of death, you know what I mean, whether it's guilt, shame, or whatever it may be, you know what I mean. Or how about in the scriptures when Christ, it was a fig tree or whatever, and the fig tree didn't have any figs on it, and he was really hungry, and he cursed the tree, and the tree didn't grow any figs at all, and he brought death upon the tree, you know what I mean, because you literally have the power to so much power in your tongue to just make something not exist anymore. As I said before, when you push out the old and you bring in the new, you're basically calling in the new thing and denouncing the old thing, you know what I mean? So this is how much power human beings really have with the universe. You have power to call fire from the skies. You have the power to call sacred islands up from the ocean, you know what I mean? You have power to call mystical animals to come out of like the forest that's never been seen by the human eye. It's just so much out there, you know what I mean? So much that you can do with just the spirituality, you know what I mean? I say that the mind represents the ocean, the spirit represents the infinite void of possibility, or some people might say, you know, vice versa, but it's all the same. It's all one in the same thing. So basically, it's just, and when you are bringing in a new manifestation, something in your life would tell you that you have just created a new world. Some people might say you bring in a new world every 7 days. And I have experience to know that this is really what it really is, you know what I mean? This is real talk from experience. The stuff that I see out here lets me know that I'm creating a new world every time, you know what I mean, I self-sacrifice, or, you know what I mean, every time I shift my consciousness, you know what I mean? So basically, something in your life will let you know that you're bringing in a new world. It can rain, it can snow, or, you know what I mean, something in your life will just, you know, be a thumbs up to let you know that, hey, you just manifested something in your life, you know what I mean? You just have to know and believe. See, we don't pray really. We know, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, that, I mean, it's still okay to pray and everything, you know what I mean? But we just know that what we calling into existence will come to our likening and to our best interest in life, you know what I mean? So it's really crazy. It's crazy, man. But human beings have the power to create a world every time they get ready and put their mind to it. As I said before, the spirit fuels the mind and creates all the possibilities. The spirit is all the possibilities. The mind is like, okay, you're funneling it, everything in your perception. You know, it creates your perception, because when you're driving a car, you're only looking out a small portion of the vehicle. You know what I mean? It's like a frame you're looking out of. So that is the funnel. That is the perception that you have created and you're looking out of, until you create your new perception with the spirit that will fuel the mind again. You know what I mean? You have to dip into the infinite to mold it and then shape it and put it into order. So basically, it's a structure. It's basically a structure. But the communication thing, that's the dopest, because you calling it in. You know what I mean? You're giving it more power. You're bringing it in, similar as to how a baby comes in to life. You know what I mean? By the womb of his mother or her mother. You know what I mean? So communicate with the universe and with the spirits anywhere in the universe. You know what I mean? There's different ones that represent all different parts of the universe, all different places of the world, all the sacred sites in the earth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Speech can go as far as long as earth can go. You know what I mean? It goes. You know what I mean? Expand your mind. There's no possibilities. I mean, there's no nothing that can't be done. Everything is possible. You know what I mean? There's nothing that's impossible. You know what I mean? Only thing that hasn't been known yet is the unknown. The only thing that hasn't been done yet is the things that haven't been done yet. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind and know that there is a structure into bringing in manifestations. You know what I mean? And the quickest way to do it is through self-sacrifice, because that just, you know what I mean, it puts all your energies in order to have everything come towards you the next time around.